This video is about off-grid tech fan speed controllers. You can see the fan speed controller here. And one side will be wired to the battery of the solar electric system, and then the other side will be wired to the ceiling fan. We've had numerous reports of issues with missionaries are having with these, either inconsistent or unadjustable speed or just something weird is going on. So they work normally by you push the on switch, and then you can adjust the speed. Now, the fan should stay at a fairly consistent speed once it gets running and shouldn't vary much. However, there are a few issues with these. We've tried to fix the issues in the manufacturing process. So let's go ahead and discuss some of these issues and what you can do. So the first issue could be the potentiometer, which is the part that turns. Okay, if you're able to turn it back and forth 10 or 15 times, and then the speed can stay consistent after that, it's probably that the potentiometer is a little bit dirty. So that's something you can do, and just clean it, moving it back and forth will actually clean the contacts. Otherwise, we can take this apart. Now, this is only 12 volts, so it's not very dangerous to open this up. It's not dangerous to people, but you do want to be careful when sticking anything metal inside of it, because you could short it out and damage the circuitry, in which case it would be destroyed, or you'd have to get replacement. Okay, so the first thing to check again is the potentiometer. If you bend this or move the potentiometer and the fan changes speeds, then it could be that the potentiometer itself, which is this metal part here, is having problems. Okay, sometimes you can adjust how tight this nut is back here. Let me see. You can see that nut. Yeah, you can see that nut. And if you loosen it a little bit, but not too much, it might restore functionality. Otherwise, make sure that the wires are soldered well. We've actually started gluing them after we solder them to make sure they hold in place, and here as well. So if you can notice that there's a problem, just start wiggling things until you can duplicate the problem and say, okay, the problem is with the potentiometer, with the wiring, or what like that. And at that point, you can either try to fix it, or we can work with you on getting a replacement. Okay. Now, once you're inside here, the other problem we've had is that sometimes some of the runs of manufacturing, the components weren't soldered completely, and so you could actually grab a hold of them. I'm being careful with this metal, and pull out one of the sides of this resistor here. This one was soldered correctly. We fixed that in manufacturing, but some have gone out and not had that issue. So if you can actually pull out one of the sides of these resistors, then you'll need to put it back in and solder it back in place. You can remove the circuit board by removing the nuts and stuff. Okay, the other issue could be the switch. Okay, turn the switch on and off 10 or 15 times, and that'll clean the switch contacts. And then be pushing the switch and see if you can duplicate the problem. All right, any of these issues, you can try to mitigate the issue, and so that the fan runs at a consistent speed. If you've got questions, please let us know. We do have these fan controllers in stock and can ship replacements. And oftentimes we're going to cover the replacement of it. You'll just have to pay for the shipping, depending on what the issue is, because we do want to make sure that your fans continue to run well. Now, if you're trying to diagnose this, you can, if you have a working speed controller, you can change it out with the one that's not working. And if the problem stays with the speed controller, then the problem would be the controller. If this problem stays with the fan motor, then the problem's with the fan motor. And we may make another video at some other point in time on how to fix the fan motors. Okay, and then at this point, we're carefully going to put this back together and work when our fan will work great. Let us know if you've got any questions.